Are rates going down? Are rates going up? And maybe more importantly, are prices going down or are prices going up? I'm going to break that all down for you at a micro level right here in Snohomish County in just 1 minute. My name is Mike Novak. I'm a real estate agent team leader for the Novak Real Estate Team, part of Real Brokerage. And our team is located right here in Snohomish County. We're headquartered in Everett. We live in Snohomish County. We work and play here. This is our community. We help about 250 families each and every year make a move. We've got 7 real estate agents on our team and an amazing support staff as well. Today, as I do every month, I'm going to break down for you all of the information you need to know about exactly what's happening in our market so that you are a more informed buyer, seller, or simply just a curious homeowner. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the data. Stay till the end of the video, and I'll really share with you what this means for you. Like, what should you tactically be doing with this information if you're going to buy or if you're going to sell over the next 12 months? You don't want to miss this, okay? First off, average sale price is $782,000. It's down about 1% from the same time last year. A lot of people thought the market was going to drop 10 or 20%. That did not happen. So we've kind of seen that price decrease kind of shrink over the entire year, and it's down to just 1%. Like, we're almost at a flat level of appreciation, meaning it hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down. I would expect that within the next month or so, it's basically zeroed out, if not starting to appreciate. So, but it's a good sign. It means we've got market stability. Everyone is asking me, Mike, where are home prices going? And to know that, you got to look at the months of inventory supply, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So I would expect that prices will go up 6 to 10% in 2024, just because inventory is so low at the moment. So $782,000, that's your average home price right here in Snohomish County right now, okay? New listings. How many new listings are coming on the market? Well, it's down about 5%. It was right around 500 homes last month. And so not a ton of new listings coming on, but not that big of a drop off from 2022. So it feels kind of like a stagnant market right now. Like, it feels like a lot of people aren't really selling, not a lot of people are necessarily buying, but in reality, it's really similar to what we had just 1 year ago, just like a token difference of 5%. The reason there's not a lot of people listing right now is just simply the time of year. Like, this time of year, you know, the holidays, a lot of people just kind of put their plans on hold. They want to host Thanksgiving, they want to host Christmas, spend time as a family. Then after the holidays, they pick back up their plans to buy or to sell. And so right now, you're just seeing kind of that seasonally low amount of new listings hit the market. You're also seeing some sellers that just are really reluctant to give up that low rate they've got. You know, gosh, if you've got a 2.5% interest rate, it's really a tough pill to go swallow to go get a 6.5% interest rate if you're going to go buy something else. So unless you're relocating, unless there's been like a big death or divorce or some major life event or some major pain, it's pretty hard to justify going and giving up that 2.5% rate. I totally understand that. Days on market. So how long is it taking to sell a home from when you put it on the market to when it goes under contract? It's at 24 days right now. This is a decrease of about 27% from the same time last year. So that means homes are selling faster, guys, than they were in November of last year. That's kind of a shocking statistic. Not a lot of people expected that. They thought it would be taking longer to sell homes, when in fact it's actually shortening up. So if you've got a home on the market and it's not getting an offer by day 24, you probably have a pricing or positioning issue. And probably you want to look at your marketing and just make sure that you're putting your home on the market at the right price and positioning it correctly against your competition and presenting it well to make sure it's going to sell well. But right now we're sitting right at 24 days on market, and that trend keeps going down. Like, homes are continuing to sell faster and faster. So we're going to want to pay really close attention to this over the next couple of months. Closed sales. Okay, so closed sales were 481 in November in Snohomish County. That was down about 25% from the same time last year, but that's kind of the rear view mirror, because that's really what went under contract in October. And so you can see October was maybe not the best month for pending sales, but November, a lot better. So kind of an interesting trend to be watching. Just kind of be aware of that, okay? Inventory of homes for sale. So there's an inventory of about 760 homes for sale. It's a decrease of 36% from the same time last year. So there's significantly less homes on the market, like a third less than there was at the same time last year. That is why prices are going to start creeping back up. It's just there's not that much supply and there's still sufficient demand. Like, there's actually more demand than there is supply. And that's why you see this number continuing to decrease. Okay. Months of inventory supply. So months of inventory supply is, to me, the crystal ball on where pricing is going to go. I share this each and every month that if the inventory supply is between 5 and 6 months, it's what most people, most economists, like your super smart PhD economist guys, believe is a neutral or balanced market. It's not in favor of the buyer, it's not in favor of the seller. It's just right in the middle. Okay. It's a balanced, neutral, middle of the road market. Well, we're still at 1.2 months of inventory supply. So there's hardly any homes just sitting there for sale right now. That is still technically very much in favor of the seller, which is kind of funny because right now you see sellers offering some pretty juicy, generous concessions like closing cost credits, rate buy down credits, things like that. So you have a very interesting dynamic where there's very low inventory, but there's not a ton of pendings happening, not a lot of closings happening. Okay, that's where I'm saying this market is just a little bit stagnant right now, but I expect after the first of the year, that's all going to change. If you look at mortgage rates over the last 4 weeks, they dropped about 0.5 percentage point. Okay. And the Fed is starting to signal to the markets that, hey, we're not going to be raising rates anymore. Like this could be it. This could be done. And we're going to start lowering rates as we see consistency in the inflation numbers. Like when the inflation numbers are around 3%, that's when the Fed feels really confident in lowering their cost of borrowing rate. So just be aware of that. I'm going to put up a graph on the screen so you can kind of see the trend of rates. The rates are still about 0.6% higher than they were the same time last year, but they're 0.5% low, a full 0.5% lower than they were just 30 days ago. So I love this trend, and I'm expecting rates to go down over the next month or two. And in particular, as we get into the beginning of 2024 and into the spring market of 24, look for those rates to continue to drop. Okay. The percent of list price to sale price ratio. So how much are homes selling for in relationship to how much they're listed for? This is kind of a misleading number right now. It's 99.6%. So really close to 100%. I mean, people are just about getting what they're asking for the home. However, there's some homes that are escalating above list price. Those are typically the very value priced homes between $400,000 and $500,000 that get a lot of interest still because there's just not a lot of them. And then you're also seeing a lot of seller concessions where sellers are offering buyers closing cost credit dollars to help them do things like rate buy downs. Okay. So that doesn't show up in that statistic, but it's something you need to be aware of because a lot of sellers are offering this. If I go back and look at most of my buyers I helped in 2024, almost all of them, I was able to get some kind of seller contribution towards their closing costs to help them buy their rate lower and make purchasing make sense. Okay. So what does this all mean? Like this is so much data, and what do you do with this data? Well, if you're a buyer, I want you to really think about now being your opportunity, because in 3 to 4 months, I guarantee you what's going to happen. Rates are going to be lower. They're probably going to be in the low 6s, if not the high 5s. And when they do, the floodgates are going to open. All these buyers, the biggest pent-up demand we've ever seen for buyers, are going to re-enter the market. It's going to be bananas. You're going to see waived inspections again. You're going to see low appraisal coverage. You're going to see price escalations, multiple offers all over the place when that occurs. Remember, guys, when we go back to 2022, rates went up from 3% to 7.5% in 8 months. It was the fastest increase in history. So many buyers hit the pause button because they were scared to make a move. Now, as the rates touch those high 5% range, which they're going to in a while here, you're going to see all those buyers come back into the market. It's going to be crazy. So now is your chance, guys. Do not miss this opportunity. If you're thinking about buying in the next 1 to 2 years, right now is a time you should really think about, okay? I'm not just saying this either because we sell real estate. I'm saying this because I firmly believe it. Look at the data. You're seeing a very low inventory supply that tells you prices are going to go up. You know interest rates are going to come down. That means prices are going to go up. We've got massive pent-up buyer demand. That means prices are going to go up. All signals point to you paying a lot more for a house 12 months from now than you would today. You also have generous seller concessions. You can probably get the seller to pay for your 2-1 rate buy down, or to just do a general rate buy down to get you a lower interest rate that makes your payments much cheaper. Maybe it saves you $500, $600, $700, even $800 per month using that buy down option. All those seller concessions are going to be gone when this market tightens up. Like when more buyers enter the market, do not look for sellers to be still offering those same credits they're offering now. Those are going to go away very, very quickly. So take advantage of them while you can. The 2-1 buy down I've talked a lot about in the past. It basically allows you to have a 2% lower rate the first year you own the home, and then a 1% lower rate the second year you own the home. So if rates are at 6.5% right now, that means you'd be at 4.5% the first year you own the home, then 5.5% the second year you own the home, then finally 6.5% for years 3 through 30. Okay, so look at the 2-1 buy down. That is your golden ticket to buy at today's prices, but get that amazingly low rate and then refinance as the rates drop even lower. Okay, 2-1 buy down is your tool of choice in this market right now. On the seller side, well, it's an interesting time to be a seller because there's not a lot of inventory, but sellers are having to offer concessions a lot of the times to get a deal done because of the rates issue. So be prepared to offer some kind of seller credits potentially in your transaction. What, like just build that into your price so it's going to work for you financially. Just a lot of buyers are going to need that to make buying make sense. Make sure you can compete with the market and provide that if you need to. Okay, I don't want you to give away any more money than you absolutely have to, but at the end of the day, if you have to do that to get a buyer to actually buy your house and for it to make financial sense for a buyer to actually purchase, then build that into what you're doing. Okay, so make sure you talk to your agent about that. A lot of sellers are thinking about selling in 2024 that hit the pause button in the last year and a half because they weren't sure where the market was going to go. Well, I think your timing could be really, really good here. You're going to see a lot of pent-up buyer demand, like I just shared with you. So that's good for you as a seller. That means between February and May could really be a great opportunity for you. Once we get past, I would say, April and May, you're going to see the market kind of just flatten a little bit as we get into the summertime. People start thinking about summer vacations. They pull the kids out of school. There's a little bit of there's summer break, of course, and it's just a little bit quieter at that time. So I really believe the spring is going to be busy. I think spring is going to start early. It's going to start in February, if not the end of January, with buyers really reinterested in the market after the holidays. So if you're thinking about selling, I'd be on the front end of that if you can be, and just take advantage of that, hyper activity you're going to see from buyers. It could be really, really good for you. If you bought your home within the last 5 years, you should have a ton of equity in your home, and you should be able to do really, really well selling it. Who you work with matters when it comes to selling. You can't just list your home, throw it on the market haphazardly and think you're going to get top dollar for it. Your presentation 100% matters. The home needs to be professionally staged. It needs to be, very well presented to the market, professional photography. Everything needs to look top notch. Remember, guys, your first showing is always online. So how it looks online is critical to getting people into the house to actually see it in person. And there's obviously a big correlation between how many people show up for showings versus how many offers you're going to get on the house. Okay. So this is a market where you have to have very good marketing, and how your home shows up digitally is super, super important. Maybe more important now than ever with our super savvy buyers that have all the information at their fingertips. They're doing all the searching online. You have to show up well, and you have to show up often and on every website. Okay. So if you've got questions about buying or selling, reach out to me direct. Like I said, you can schedule a call with me, a free 15-minute consultation call. There's a link down below directly to my calendar. Grab that link, schedule a call. Let's talk about your goals and see if it could be a good fit to help. No cost to you. It's just something we do for free to consult and help you figure out if buying or selling makes sense for your own individual situation. Mike Novak from the Novak Real Estate Team. See you next month.